How would someone use the stock market to invest like the 1%?
I think that the stock market is a place that will always reward the wealthy, and that the majority of fortunes that are made in this country were made in the stock market. And we can argue about the stock market versus real estate all day long, but I just believe that there's no quicker way to make a fortune than taking a company from private to public. And you can go out and you can buy companies all day long off the stock exchanges for way less than you can on the stock exchanges. So you got to take that mentality and put it into the stock market. Conventional wisdom is wrong. And conventional wisdom teaches investing and averaging up and averaging down and buying into funds that everybody else is marketed to, and 401ks, which are not terrible if you use them right, and IRAs, which are a great way to build wealth if you use them right, but not in the conventional sense of buying and holding and diversification. And just, you got to throw out the conventional wisdom and you got to step into the I'm going to be wealthy shoes. And the number one thing is mental capital that nobody ever thinks about or talks about enough. Because the stock market is a place where it does take money to make money. So if you're not already wealthy and you want to utilize the market like the 1%, you have to first break your money up into three pieces, three buckets. And one bucket has to be aggressively traded, has to be aggressively grown. And aggressive to me is 5+% a month, 20% a month, 30% a month, sometimes 60+% a year. The second bucket is for income creation, is to allow yourself the ability to benefit from your mental capital that you're growing and reward yourself so that you put your mind in a place where you begin to think like a wealthy person. Because there's a difference. And the third piece is learning what to buy and how to buy it in a cycle of that business that it's going to grow enough that my target is 25% a year or more. And if I can't buy it on the stock exchange at that rate where I want to buy the whole company if I could, which most of the time you can't because we're not all billionaires here, with how expensive stocks are right now in 2025, sometimes it's better to take that money that you've made in the stock market and take it out of the stock market and buy shares in companies that are private. Because wealthy people get wealthy by owning stock in preferred shares in companies where they can then utilize those shares to make loans, to pull money out of and put in other things, and to option. That's why options were created, so wealthy people could have a way to utilize stock they already owned and make money from it without selling it. So see, that's the thing, right? Is the stock market was created to give wealthy people a place to just compound their money. So think like the wealthy and realize that if you want to get wealthy in the stock market, you're going to have to be okay with knowing that somebody else is losing big time for you to win. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, preparation is where money is made in everything in life, but especially in the stock market. So that third bucket is about having your money sit in cash until you're ready to deploy it in a way where you're prepared and you know that what you're buying has a high percentage of returning to you what you need to make on your money.